calm and sure of everything. He doesn't have any tensions in him. He knows what he believes and what he thinks is right and why and where he's going. Oh, Mom, there's one thing I must tell you. He was married before and he had a son, and it was so tragic. Both his wife and his son were killed in a train accident in Belgium 8 years ago. And John, I haven't even told you his name. Mom, it's John Wade Prentice. Isn't that a lovely name?
John Wade.
Joanna Prentice I'll be. But Mom, there's something else that I must tell you that John's been concerned about, very deeply concerned. He's been worrying for the past week whether you and Dad would be upset if... Well, it's about time. I was wondering where you'd been. Mom, this is John.
Dr. Prentice, I'm so pleased to meet you.
I'm pleased to meet you, Mrs. Drayton. I take it Joanna's already busted out with the big news.
Well, she has, told me a good deal, and all very quickly, too.
Oh, she's only known me for 10 days, so she can't tell you when I'm blushing. That could be another problem for us, you know. Mrs. Drayton, I'm medically qualified, so I hope you wouldn't think it presumptuous if I say you ought to sit down before you fall down, I mean.
He thinks you're gonna faint because he's a Negro.
Well, I don't think I'm going to faint. But I'll sit down anyway. Can't we all sit down? Well, I suppose it would be all right if I said, my goodness, wouldn't it? Well, my goodness.
Do we mind her saying my goodness?
I don't.
Well, what did they say? Did you tell them about me?
Yes.
What'd they say?
They said I sounded serious and asked if you were pretty. I said you were.
Yes.
They said this was a big surprise. I said it was.
Well, what did they say when you told them I wasn't a colored girl?
Well, I didn't. It felt like too big a shock for the telephone. After all, an awful lot of people are going to think that we're a very shocking pair. Isn't that right, Mrs. Drayton?
I know what you mean.
Tilly's made us some sandwiches. Let's go outside.
Yes.